Help me, I've fallen and I can't get up. It's loud. Wow, Huples cat and little Wolfie. And an unboxing. This looks like an S.O.L brand kit. However, it says it's from Adventure Medical Kits. As part of my prepping, I've been going through a whole bunch of stuff recently because we could potentially have a nuclear war with Russia. I think it's unlikely, and I'll get into why in the next video. Because it's raining today, I didn't feel like going around with this expensive camera in the rain, showing you what I would do in a simulated reaction to a tactical nuke being dropped on Ukraine by Russia. Again, I think it's unlikely, and I'll explain in that video why. But as part of a massive clearance and checking of gear, I found this little kit tucked away on the floor of the barn. Now I don't know whose it is, I'm guessing it's mine, but I have no real recollection of getting it. It would have been there probably for at least 3 to 4 years in an unheated barn. So let's have a look what's in it and if it still works. Alright, let's open it up. So it wasn't sealed, so that's not good news. I'm just going to empty the contents. Empty. Let me go and wash my hands. This is really filthy. So this is the list of contents and the kit is actually complete. The emergency instructions are intact. Here's something to read. You should know all of this stuff if you often go in the wilderness, but a lot of people don't. Some wire, not rusted at all, a fair amount of it, good condition. Useful for kit repair for me. You might want to make traps out of this. But if you're in a stationary location in the wild, you might as well make a trap and you never know, it might work, but you don't really have anything to bait it with. You get a pencil for use as a log or to write notes to people. You get 2 little pieces of paper. I think it's water-right paper, I'm not altogether sure. You of course get magic duct tape, which has a lot of uses. This is fun, it's a flash mirror. Basically what you do with this is you have a little hole here and you get the sunlight and you actually flash to signal your presence to planes, helicopters, boats, cars and people walking by. It takes a lot of practice to use this sort of a thing, but it's kind of fun. It's actually not a bad one. It does have a reflective surface over the mirror. You have to remove that before use.
Rescue flash mirror. Great for signaling for over 10 miles. This thing is very handy in case you get into an emergency. You'll want to peel off the front film and the back film so you can read the instructions on the back. Then you will look through the eye hole, find the sun, and then you will then maneuver with a V in the fingers, and you will then start flashing the area. This is for great signaling for over 10 miles. Even aircraft can pick this up. Always a good thing to keep with you.
Almost inevitably you get button compasses in these, and I don't recommend you use a button compass. I recommend you get lost with a real compass. But if you do, this one actually is pointing almost in magnetic north, so this kind of sort of helps. Some fire starting tinder and a wheel flint. I don't live near salt water anymore, but I think these don't work if you actually get salt water on them. They won't work in rain. A tiny amount of cordage. People like cordage. I would like real cordage. This is tiny. I guess you could use this for kit repair. That's about it. It's of limited use. It's very, very tiny. Presume this is fishing line. I'm not sure. There's not a huge amount of it. It's very lightweight. If you want to take somebody's appendix out or you want to slice them to eat them, a scalpel is a good idea. I don't think you should be relying on scalpels. I think you actually should have a proper knife with you at all times. Specifically if you're in the wilderness, you should have a knife on you. This should be in every piece of kit in my opinion, every emergency kit. It's aluminium foil, really carefully packaged up, so I'm not going to undo it. I like them to create a windbreak fast and quick over the tinder when you're trying to light a fire. It's a really good use for that. People can also use them as signaling or actually taking little bits off and putting in trees to give you an idea of where you've gone in case you repeat and do a loop. All sorts of use for aluminium foil. Great thing to have. They recommend using it to fashion a bowl and boiling water in it. I'm not sure you should be doing that. This is kind of a fun one. Okay. So I'm having a hard time getting this out. I'm not going to get it out because I might not get it back in. Fairly sure this is 4 safety pins with some fishing gear. So to do a full review, I actually opened this up and looked at it. 4 safety pins for gear repair and making big hooks and traps, I guess, for birds. There's actually some very small hooks and lead weights, which are probably not great from the environmental perspective. But the thing I did like about this, and I thought it might be missing in this kit, the kit is complete, is the safety needle. so you can repair stuff and you have an eel. Not a bad idea. Much to my surprise, this actually went back in here quite easily. Here's a whistle. Not going to blow this until I've washed it. Help me, I've fallen and I can't get up. It's loud. And a Fresnel little magnifying glass made in Taiwan. This could become a collector's item if China invades. And use this to get sunlight and make fire. Also, if you're old, you can use it to actually see small print. Apologies for the light effects, it's because of LEDs. We are in a passive solar home, so we have LEDs. So there you go. Now you do need to fluff this. Spend some time fluffing it. Tease it. Huples Kittens teasing. Now I am cheating, I'm not doing it outside because it's absolutely pouring rain and I have no intention at all of getting wet. I just want to see if I can actually get a little bit of a coal going on that. Yeah, third strike. Just before I go, this actually, most of it's still fully intact, so it's going to go back in the package. This mini Ziploc was actually intact, and I think that's critical because it would make good nesting material. Nice kit, and I'm going to look out for this type of product. Haven't really used it, have had it a few times in emergency kits. Wow, I was impressed with the speed of lighting. So with this kit I would have been equipped to survive. The impressive thing, this kit was just abandoned and open in a barn full of mice and rats for over 4 years and functions, everything seems to function just fine. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to completely clean out the package and tidy it all up and then put it away. And then put in my box marked bug outs bits and bobs, which I have just in case. Firestarter, impressed with that, really impressed with that. For those people who watched my channel before, you know I'm not exactly the greatest expert on bushcrafting methods of starting fires, and I usually use a Bic and some hand sanitizer. Didn't use any accelerant at all with that. 3 spins and it caught fire. And it would have burned for quite a while. And it would have got even probably mildly wet tinder going. So thanks for watching, that's it for me. I hope you have a great day, and just let me know in the comments below, do you actually use aluminium foil sheeting in your emergency kits? It's good as a windbreak. I really have a problem with using it as a bowl. I think aluminium foil with boiling water in it, you're asking for a burn. But have you used it? Did it work? Let me know. Toodles. This video has been brought to you by a rainy day terrier, frightened to go out in the rain, production 2022.